The time is 8:45 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here's the news edited by Dilini Gunawardena and read by Tilani Pires. The headlines. Saudi Arabia and Sri Lanka agree to strengthen bilateral cooperation in several sectors of common interests. A full Supreme Court bench is requested for express Pearl petition hearing. The semi-luxury bus services will be terminated from the 30th of June. The cyber security bill will be submitted to Parliament this year. And on international news, Brazil declares animal health emergency after several cases of bird flu are found. And on sports news, football, Spain arrests 4 after effigy of Real Madrid's Vinicius hung. Saudi Arabia and Sri Lanka have agreed to strengthen bilateral cooperation in several sectors of common interests. The two countries have reached agreements after discussing 65 items related to various fields including security, labour, trade, investment, energy, finance and tourism. This came during the conclusion of the work of the Saudi-Sri Lankan Joint Committee, which was held in Riyadh and chaired by Abdullah Abu Thanen, the Vice Minister of Human Resources and Social Development for Labour, and Taraka Balasuriya, the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs of Sri Lanka. Saudi Minister has praised the efforts made by the two parties during the technical meetings which were held within the work of the Joint Committee, which contributed to building an optimal path to enhance the joint cooperation between the two countries. He also confirmed Saudi Arabia's aspiration for the second session of the committee, which will be held in Colombo. The Centre for Environmental Justice made a request from the Supreme Court that the hearing of the fundamental rights petition on the MV Express Pearl maritime disaster be heard before a full bench. The request was made today by way of motion filed before the Supreme Court. The Centre recently filed a FAR petition before the Supreme Court seeking an investigation into the environmental damage caused by the fire-ravaged Express Pearl ship. In its motion, the organisation has requested the Chief Justice to appoint a full bench of the Supreme Court for the hearing of their FAR petition, which was filed for the purpose of public welfare. The motion has been fixed for consideration tomorrow. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The semi-luxury bus services will be terminated from the 30th of June. The Director General of National Transport Commission says that bus owners who are engaged in the semi-luxury bus service have been informed to switch to a different service. He also said that approximately 150 requests have been received for such transfers. Currently, there are about 430 buses deployed for semi-luxury transport services. The Director General says that although it had previously been decided to terminate the service by the end of this month, bus owners were given time until the 30th of June. The National Transport Commission requests all bus owners of the semi-luxury service to swiftly switch to another suitable service. The Technology State Minister, Kanaka Herath, said the cyber security bill will be submitted to Parliament this year as proposed in the Information and Cyber Security Strategy of Sri Lanka. He said this act will lead to the establishment of Cyber Security Regulatory Authority and protect critical national information infrastructure and help to mitigate the risk of maliciously misusing the digital systems from various cyber threats. It was further emphasized that the Cyber Security Act will not censor any media. The minister expressed these views at the 15th Annual National Conference on Cyber Security organized by the Sri Lanka Computer Emergency Readiness Team. That ends local news for now.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The Minister of Transport, Highways and Mass Media, Dr. Bandula Gunawardena, expressed hope that renovation work of the Mahava-Omanthe stretch of the Northern Railway line will be completed expeditiously. This renovation project of the railway line from Mahava to Omanthe, with an investment of $91.27 million, will be implemented under the Indian Credit Line Facility. The railway line from Anuradhapura to Omanthe is being renovated. That was our main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
And on Watch Light tonight, the Indian High Commission in Colombo has announced scholarships for Sri Lankan nationals under the Ayush Scholarship Scheme for courses ranging from undergraduate to doctoral levels for the academic year 2023-2024. Ayurveda, Unani, homeopathy, Siddha and yoga courses offered by this scholarship scheme. Deadline for submitting online applications is the 31st of May 2023. Further information could be obtained at www.a2ascholarships.iccr.gov.in or calling 011-242-1605 or 011-2422-788. That came to you in Watchlight. Moving on with world news and the headlines first. Brazil declares animal health emergency after several cases of bird flu are found. Fighting in Russia escalate Ukraine war. A new study warns the world of their rising global temperature. Brazil has declared a 6-month animal health emergency after several cases of avian flu were found in wild birds. 7 cases have been reported in Espírito Santo state, with another discovered in Rio de Janeiro state. The emergency declaration makes it easier for the government to now bring in measures to stop the highly infectious H5N1 virus from spreading. Brazil is the world's largest exporter of chicken meat, with annual sales of nearly $10 billion. Russian forces have pressed on with the counter-terrorism operation in a border district a day after what appeared to be one of the biggest cross-border incursions from Ukraine since the war began 15 months ago. The governor of Russia's Belgorod region says drones were shot down over the area by anti-aircraft weaponry. There have been fighting in Belgorod, which borders Ukraine, since Monday after what Russian officials called the Ukrainian sabotage group crossed the border. According to a new study, if the current pace of global warming goes unchecked, it will push billions of people outside the temperatures where humans can flourish. It will expose them to dangerously hot conditions. The study published in the journal Nature Sustainability found that by 2030, around 2 billion people will be facing average temperatures of 29 degrees Celsius or higher. Back to the world news headlines. Brazil declares animal health emergency after several cases of bird flu are found. Fighting in Russia escalate Ukraine war. A new study warns the world of the rising global temperature. That ends world news.
Development news.
The United Nations Development Programme recently entrusted Lanka Hydraulic Institute to conduct a hydro-engineering study and prepare a detailed design for a coastal protection structure in West Point, Monrovia, Liberia. Threatened by global climatic change, Monrovia experiences coastal erosion and shoreline retreat, which affects Monrovians' fishery-based livelihoods of approximately 55,000. Lanka Hydraulic Institute, being a forerunner in the coastal engineering consultancy worldwide, is determined to roll out a customized, efficient and sustainable engineering solution in line with the expectations of all stakeholders. That's the development news. Coming up, sports news, and it's football tonight. Spanish police have arrested 4 men suspected of hanging a dummy of Real Madrid forward Vinicius Jr. from a bridge in January in Madrid. The arrest came today amid an international outcry after racist abuse was hurled at the 22-year-old Brazilian international during a Spanish league match on Sunday. The arrested men are members of an ultra-fan group of a Madrid football club who had been identified during matches as representing a high risk of violence. That's sports news.
Go ekathiana youth ekat life eke change ekat niyameta set wenna as wahagena dagapu hina habe karanna youth ekat niyameta set wenna friendship එක menna.
The all-new NSB Ithru account, NSB I Am, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The Dara's head office in Sri Lanka was officially declared open by President Ranil Wickremesinghe recently. The new headquarters is located at number 100/1 Elvitigala Mawatha in Colombo. The move provides for employees with a unique working environment in their own spacious business premises and marks a milestone in the company's growth in Sri Lanka. That was Business News.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go එකක් තියන youth එකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු හින හැබැයි කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න friendship එක මෙන්න
The all-new NSB Ithru Mithru account. NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Economic news, courtesy of
LOLC Finance is taking the power of innovation to the next level, winning 5 goals at the Technovation Awards 2022, leading the digital revolution with cutting-edge interbanking digital payments. LOLC Finance claims the overall Gold Award whilst also claiming an extraordinary victory in digital banking.
Moving on with economic news, the Airport Aviation of Sri Lanka stated that the country's aviation recovery is fast approaching pre-pandemic levels. Passenger movement at the Bandaranaike International Airport have risen by approximately 20% and flight movements recorded a growth of 7% in Q1 of 2023 compared to Q1 of 2022. At present, BIA facilitates over 18,000 passenger movements while providing services for around 120 aircraft movements daily. That was economic news.
LOLC Finance is taking the power of innovation to the next level, winning 5 goals at the Technovation Awards 2022, leading the digital revolution with cutting-edge interbanking digital payments. LOLC Finance claims the overall Gold Award whilst also claiming an extraordinary victory in digital banking. LOLC Finance will continue to innovate with the next generation digitalization of financial services, delivering a superior customer experience.
Weather report.
Showers or thundershowers will occur at a few places in the eastern, north central and over provinces during the evening or night. A few showers will occur in the western coastal areas and in Galle and Matra districts during the morning. That was the weather report. And now to end this news broadcast, the main points once again. Saudi Arabia and Sri Lanka agree to strengthen bilateral cooperation in several sectors of common interests. A full Supreme Court bench is requested for Express Pearl petition hearing. The semi-luxury bus services will be terminated from the 30th of June. The cyber security bill will be submitted to Parliament this year. And on international news, Brazil declares animal health emergency after several cases of bird flu are found. And on sports news, football, Spain arrests 4 after effigy of Real Madrid's Vinicius hung. That ends this news broadcast.